Music Makers at the Keyboard, Week 18. By now I hope you've figured out that each week the child comes home and it's really up to you to get their material to the piano. It's something that they're going to learn to do, but you can start by modeling this behavior. And so at the piano they're going to see their assignment pad, their green book, their cards, the cards that they keep at home. This is their repertoire, which is in some sort of basket, and their home assignment. So this week they got some new cards and they got a new piece, and the new piece is Drum Song, and so this will go into the basket with all the other cards. They also got these purple minor cards, and you know that they're the minor cards because they have this La on the first line with the treble clef. Now you may notice that these cards, for 1, 2, 3, 4, they have this treble clef look. 5, 6, 7, and 8, they have the bass clef there. All right? And the 9, 10, 11, 12 also, they have differences in clefs. They're going to need these today. All right. We've got everything and we're ready to start our practicing. All right, the first thing it says is to warm up in F minor. Now parents, you may still be wondering about what's the difference between F major and F minor. And so this is what is the difference. Here we are in F major. And we named this pattern Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. And so the characteristic of this sound is called major, and we give it the names Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So for those sounds. But when we move this to minor, we're taking this sound and we're giving it a new sound. And we're changing the pattern by taking the middle note and going down one key. Sometimes it could be black to white or white to black. In this case, it's white to black. So the new sound comes to be this way. And the name we give it is La, Ti, Do. Notice Do's in the middle. Re, Mi, Re, Do, Ti, La. And when they do their warm-up, they would do it in both hands. Then they move into the drum song. Now the drum song has a special hand position. They're learning to cross over their thumb. So here's the thumb, and they're taking the second finger and they're crossing over to reach So, La. So going from La, Ti, La, So, La. And so this is a new skill that they're being introduced to. On the other hand, they're doing open fifths to accompany. The practice CD to hear the different patterns. Some of the children will have it this way. Some of the children may only have the patterns. Some of them may only have the melody. Some of them may just be able to sing while playing this, but they're all at their own special level. Remember, the practice CD is there to support the practicing at home. So turn on track 5 and listen to it and get an idea of what the patterns sound like. Now it says to warm up in G minor, so it's the same thing. Here's G major. To make it minor, we take the middle note, and notice it's going from a white to a black key to make that sound. Why do we do this? So that they can find their hand position before they begin. Here's when the train comes along. Children are not going to be able to add these chords, but there will be one or two who might figure out what that 4 chord is, and they might do it in this form. That's fine. Then it says to add chords, which I just did, and then do it in D minor. So they would do a D minor warm-up. Here's D major. Here's D minor. Notice it went from a black to a white. And we've got that special minor sound. And they can continue to try when train comes along in all the keys, but those are the ones I assigned. All right, now we go into their book, and they've learned a new mystery piece. Again, it's a familiar piece. It's called Listen for Bells. We learned that a long time ago. What's different about this reading piece is that the melody is played with the left hand. So see those moving notes? That is the melody that they're playing. So if they sit down to play and they're playing it with the right hand, we know they're not reading. But if they're playing with the left hand, then at least they looked at the score and said, oh yeah, I got to do it with the left hand. The right hand is adding chords at a certain time. So it's not the improvisatory way that they add chords whenever they feel like, but they're actually following the directions on the reading score. So this is the sound that we're looking for. What I say to the children every week is that they practice keeping their eyes on the music and not on their hands. Now, they may not actually be reading the music, but they're beginning to get their eyes to see what eventually they'll be able to understand. All right, they may do this once or twice. Before you know it, they'll have it memorized and they won't want to play it with the music. That's very common. Okay, now we get to the minor melody cards, and here again you're going to need your practice CD. Make sure you have the practice CD too, and you're putting on track 4, and then you play along with these purple cards, doing exactly what the instructor tells you to do. And you do this 4 or 5 times. We want them to feel mastery with these patterns. These are new patterns. Eventually we're going to take these patterns and we're going to play them on the piano, but they have to hear them and they have to be able to recognize them before we bring them to the keyboard. Now they get to their writing assignment and they're going to complete page 11. Page 11, they're taking out the purple minor chords. Make sure they use 5, 6, 7, and 8 because those are the ones with the bass clef, as I mentioned earlier, and they're going to copy these 4 cards in any order. This takes only a moment. If your child says, I don't want to do it with them. Help them choose the card. If you have to have them use pennies on a staff, have them identify which is which. Maybe they could point and you can draw. We have to respect all of their learning processes. Then finally says continue to play their favorite songs in all keys and to add chords. Again, they can go and they can open up this and they can just play as many of the songs as they know. And of course they're going to go to the ones that they know versus the ones they don't know. That's why it's so important to learn them the first time. And then they're going to start trying to add chords, and that's what I'm encouraging them to do. They also can go to the front of their red book. If you notice in the front of the green book, we have it too. The keyboard assignment has a list of all of the pieces we're working on, and that's an opportunity for you to put stickers for their good work if that is a system you would like to use. Have a great week, and I will see you back in class.